is running for state senate in District 4. And it's the same seat as that his mom used to hold, Brian Fernandez. He's a native of Yuma and went to ASU as well. He's the grandson of immigrants who worked hard, and his sibling, they're the first ones to have gotten to college and work in the public sector. Brian, prior to joining the legislature, his professional background was in software engineering, and he's volunteered for several political campaigns, including those of the former Governor Janet Napolitano and Congressman Ruben Gallego. His position is that a strong Arizona begins with strong local communities that have ample access to resources like public education, affordable housing, living wages, clean water, and solid infrastructure.
Hi.
Oh, it's great to see you.
Yes, same. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, tell me what I missed. Can you guys catch me up?
We raised a lot of money.
Luis was saying how important it is that those phone calls really do help get people out to your events. But what we'd love to hear just a little bit from you, kind of your stump speech about what made you decide to run, what the most important issues to you are, that kind of thing.
Sure. First of all, thank you everyone for this. I really appreciate all the help. I'm sure Luis told you how much it means to us and how important this campaign is, not just for us, it's very important to us. It's also very important to our state. So our state right now, our Senate, for instance, is 1614. Our House is 3129. We're one seat down from being even. Obviously, 2 seats down from the majority. If we get that, we can start doing the things that we've been talking about for many years. Protecting women's right to choose, protecting water resources throughout the state, making sure that when we engage in economic development, that we don't leave out people, that it's not just a giveaway for the rich. These are all things that are really important to me. First of all, it's the reason why I decided to run. I got the opportunity, obviously, because my mother, she decided to go to the USDA, and in doing so, left a seat open, and I was appointed to replace her, and I'm truly honored for that. But the reason why I'm interested in this is I grew up in Yuma. I grew up in rural Arizona, and I've seen over the years opportunities for the people in rural Arizona, for the young people in particular, just slowly trickle away. When I was younger, you could possibly have the opportunity to be successful and start a business, but that's not possible anymore. And I think that these are the things that I find important, and these are things that I think that if we get control of the legislature, what we will do for Arizona. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, no, thanks, Brian. There's a question here. Holly, do you want to take over asking the questions?
Yeah, you're doing fine. I'm just reading this from Barb. Tribal lands. Hi, I'm Holly. Just so glad to see you. Guten Abend. Tribal lands are a big part of his district, says Barb, of your district. Are there issues similar or different than from others in the district, given the challenges for them to vote, given their remote locations? And how is your campaign dealing with that?
Yes. So, and that's a really good question. There are challenges. So being rural, it's voting becomes, most of them vote by mail. And you've seen the Republicans attack the vote by mail. They sued to end it. They want vote by mail to be completely over, right? But the people on the tribal lands, a lot of them don't have home delivery for mail. So they'll get their mail, and sometimes they have to drive an hour and a half to get to their mailbox. And so when you think about it that way, those of us, I'm sure that many people on this call actually vote by mail, and that's great. I do as well. But when you think about if you had to drive an hour and a half, you might not get your ballot for 5 or 6 days after it's arrived in your mailbox. And then when it's time to return it, you may not return it right away because that's another hour and a half drive. these are really tough challenges that these folks have to endure. And this is why we want to try and make it easier, better to vote by mail. The Republicans want to end it altogether. If they don't end it, they want to require that people come in and show ID, which is really, it's easy if you live in Phoenix or Scottsdale or Paradise Valley and you have money and you can just go down the street. But if you're in a rural area and you have to drive an hour and a half to get to the place where you have to show ID, it's not an easy thing to do.
Thank you. What is your biggest challenge, would you say, in getting out the vote?
I think the biggest challenge is reaching voters. And that's why, when we call voters, it's so important. In Yuma, a lot of folks are, they don't answer the door in the summertime because it's so hot. It sounds silly to people that are outside of Arizona, but when it's 123 degrees outside, they just don't even want to answer the door. So if you're lucky, if they have a ring, which many people don't, you can talk to the ring. But otherwise, you're not able to communicate with them unless, we reach them by phone. Now that changes in late September, and that's when we're going to really, start hitting all the doors hard. But right now sometimes it's not an option. So that's a big challenge of, getting folks out to vote. The other thing too, is just, apathy. And one of the things that I've tried to do, this year, I've only been in office for, I think it's 9 months now. And I got a lot done. I brought $5 million to bring 12 bachelor's degrees to Yuma. So folks that would have never been able to get a bachelor's degree can now go, just down the valley, and they can get a degree in accounting, in engineering, in manufacturing, and several other fields. That's huge. That's really huge for people that don't have those same opportunities. I also secured water conservation in our water bill. The Republicans wanted to have $1 billion and just spend it on a desal plant. So, me and several others, we worked on that, and we got $350 million, possibly as much as $500 million, depending on what happens next year, for conservation, water recycling. These are really important things. And also in the South County part of my district, along the border, we have 2 border checkpoints. And then we have, the road that goes through the city of San Luis. It was a 2-lane road. I secured money to expand it to 5 lanes. This is a problem that had been going on for years, and we were able to get that money. So this is really huge. I've been telling people that, and I'm hopeful. I'm getting a lot of great feedback. I'm hopeful that the people recognize that I'm working hard and will want me to continue working hard for them.
Leif, I wonder if you want to chime in with how we're doing here with our matching grant.
Yeah, definitely. So we hit 150 match. So including the 250 match, we have raised $2,430.22.
For both candidates, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yay. Yay. Well, here's a really critical thing that folks would like to know. When you win, what do you plan to eat and drink to celebrate?
Well, so my favorite place is it's called Chili Pepper. I read some article that said that they had the best burritos in the country, bean and cheese burritos, and I plan to get one of those. And I really love sparkling lemonade, so I'll probably find that somewhere, and I'll celebrate in that way, and it'll be a good one.
All right.
I was a little bit off on that one, Brian. I said Coronas.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We can have the Coronas. I'll have one, and Luis can have the rest of them. But I want the lemonade to refresh me too. I'll probably be hoarse by then. So
we look forward to celebrating with you, even remotely.
That's so great. Thank you. No, I look forward to it too. I so appreciate all the help that Sister District and all of the volunteers have been it's been tremendous for me. It's meant so much. And, you know, and I've been working hard too on my end, but just knowing that you're behind me, I mean, the money is amazing and I love it and I really appreciate it. But also just knowing that so many people support me and believe in our message, it really inspires me to keep going. So thank you.
Sure.
Thanks for inspiring us, Brian. I see from Leif that we are now just at the precipice of 2,500. We're at 2,480.22, including Mia's match. So that's very awesome. And I think it's because of hearing about your journey, what is important to you, what you're seeing out there, Brian. Hearing from you on the ground really inspires us to be generous. So and to continue working.
Thank you. And you know, I'll tell you too, and Luis can tell you this as well. We're really, you know, post Dobbs, we're really hearing people becoming, let's say, more inspired to vote. I've talked to a lot of young people lately, and people that have never voted, people that, you know, normally would say, like, I don't really care about politics, like that doesn't mean anything to me. And they're telling me they're voting and they're just going to vote straight ticket Democrat. Like they're, you know, very excited. And I mean, they're very angry. Many of them are in disbelief. I mean, you know, a lot of us have been telling folks, and I know that many of you probably have too, that like, look, you know, Roe v. Wade is not, you know, a given. But, you know, a lot of people were sort of placated, I think, by, you know, Supreme Court justices that, you know, went before the Senate Judiciary Committee and said, oh, no, it's settled law, you know, that's fine. And, you know, we heard that over and over again. And it turns out it wasn't settled law. And, you know, and obviously I don't ever tell people I told you so, but I told them so.
Yeah.
And it's, but it's good because, I mean, I don't want to say it's good because it's obviously very bad, but I think it's going to bring a new generation of people. And I think what it's going to do is help us solidify these rights. And that's so important. You know, Roe v. Wade, I think was always tenuous at best. So I think this is going to get us the opportunity to fix this in statute. And that's really important.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Lisa?
No, I was gonna thank Brian. It's as Kevin pointed out, isn't it like 1:30 in the morning where you are?
Yeah, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
What takes you to Germany?
So I don't know if anyone knows this. I have a software company, and I've been in software for a number of years. The state of Arizona decided to open up a trade office in Frankfurt. It's the capital of the EU finance. You know, the EU capital is in Brussels, but the whole finance center is in Frankfurt. So the speaker, who is the Republican, and the president of the Senate invited me to come along because we were meeting with a lot of tech leaders here. And it's fantastic. And I think there's going to be some really great deliverables. I spoke to a few companies that are interested in moving to the US in general and possibly Arizona specifically for a lot of reasons. Part of what, you know, the geopolitical stuff we see with Ukraine, and partly because it's getting expensive in Germany. But it's really great for us. And I think Germany is a huge ally of ours. So anything that we can do to help solidify that, you know, we need to make sure that we keep our friends protected. And so that's why I'm here. And it is 1:30 in the morning, but it's totally fine. I don't sleep that much anyway. And it's beautiful out here, actually. We're used to the heat in Arizona, and it's like, I don't know, 70 something degrees outside and raining. So I love it.
Yeah, we always like it when we get some rain, or when we travel and find rain. Holly, yeah. Did you have a closing word for us?
Do that.
Well, do I have a closing word? Well, I just have some friends that are here that wanted to say.
Leif just showed us that we beat the 2,500, which is way more than what our original goal was.
Wow.
Wow, that's great. You've got three supporters here.
Is that Dr. Fauci? Does Dr. Fauci support me?
Yeah, he's a supporter here. Nancy and Stacey Abrams, they're all here and cheering you on.
Thank you. Please tell Dr. Fauci that I've gotten all of the vaccines and all the boosters. So,
Brian,
very
thanks so
inspired.
much.
Very pleased, yeah.
Really
This
appreciate your
was great.
time.
So glad that you could make it.
I
Thank
think-
you. And I'm so sorry I was late.
Well,
It's all okay.
appreciate that you came on even though it was late. And I think those who thought that you weren't coming and who left are going to appreciate that we recorded this so that they can see it afterwards, because it's great to meet you in person and have you be more than just, kind of a profile on a website. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And can everyone tell me where are you guys from? Where are people from?
We're sister district Marin, swing left Marin. So we're just north of San Francisco, west of the East Bay. I don't know.
Well, I live in the Mission, so I know that area well.
Oh.
And
Oh,
maybe
wow.
after the campaign, maybe I can stop and visit everyone. Would that be?
That would be
is that possible?
awesome.
That would be great. We would love to host you for that. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah. No, I'm so grateful. And yeah, any questions you have, and I'm always available. I mean, I know it was late, and this trip notwithstanding, I think it's an extenuating circumstance, but I'm normally very available. And if anyone, ever wants to talk to me, ask questions, like I'm happy to speak with anyone. That would be great.
Thanks for inspiring us and letting us know that the work that we're putting in really means something. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Brian.